Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vegas Sports Talk. And you guys voted this on my Instagram poll, and it's very close, about 62 to 38%. And I told you guys it was ending in 4 hours, and people still voted after the poll was closed. So I took the results after the 4 hours was up. And you guys picked on UNLV's chance to win the Mountain West Conference Championship in March. And I think this is a really good pick because their season ends way sooner than the Vegas Golden Knights does. So let's get right into it. And first things first, you have to look at the current standings. San Diego State's 11-0. They're going to be the 1 seed, no doubt about it. UNLV 6-3, Utah State 6-4, Boise State 6-4, Nevada 6-4, and Colorado State 6-4. So from 2 to 6, there are 5 teams battling over for 4 spots because the top 5 get a bye. But after Colorado State, it doesn't really matter what order these guys come in. Maybe New Mexico gets it back together, but I highly don't see that happening. So it's basically a 6-team race. It's a 6-team race for 5 spots. So, yeah, as you can see, Wyoming's 0-11, Air Force 3-7, San Jose State 3-7, Fresno 3-7, New Mexico 5-5. So I could see the Rebels getting a top 3 seed, and that's what I expect from them. Their hardest remaining games are all on the road. They have to go to Utah State. I think that's going to be a loss, so I'm going to put that down. At San Diego State, it's a loss. Okay. At New Mexico, at Colorado State, they're going to win one of these games. I'm just not sure. So question, win, loss, or we can swap these around. They're going to win at least one of those games. So I say they'll lose in 3 more games, so their overall record is going to be 12-6, and that's going to give them the top 3 seed in conference, because that means they're only going to lose 2 more games, 3 more games. But everyone else is they're going to lose more than 2 games each, because everyone from 2 to 6 picks on each other. So I really do think the Rebels get a top 3 seed when it's March, and I think they're going to be tough out. So they're going to be a top 3 seed, I project, and I give them a 10% chance of winning the Mountain West Conference Championship. And hear me out. San Diego State, you have to give them at least a 65 to 70% chance. So they're at 65. And then I think Utah State, you give them a 15%. So that's 80. UNLV, 10%, 90. And then these next 1, 2, 3 teams, they all have a 10% chance combined. Because I just don't expect these teams to pull off the miracle in March. I just don't see it. And as the standings are right now, I really could see a Wyoming upset here. And I could really see if it was a 7 matchup, 7-10, I could really see an Air Force victory. That plays a 2. They won't be UNLV, but they could. But the 6 plays 3. Colorado State could lose to Utah State. And that could be very interesting in the Mountain West tournament. So I'm giving the Rebels a 10% chance of winning the Mountain West Conference Championship. I just don't see it happening, but they have a chance. It's on their home court. They should be able to win. I expect them to make the semis or the championship game. And I just want them to make the semis for once. And I want them to get a top 5 seed for the first time in like 6 years. And they're in prime position to get one. So that's why I'm giving them a 10% chance. I might do the Golden Knights. Why they might miss the playoffs in a little bit. That is depending on how much time I have. And I feel like that could be used later in the season. But it's also very important to look at right now when we come into February. So thank you guys so much for watching. What do you guys think? Well, what percent chance do you give the Rebels to win the Mountain West Conference Championship in March? And better question, if they do win the Mountain West, what seed do they get? I think they get a 12 or a 13 seed. They play a 5 or a 4. And I think if they're on a roll, and if they play a 4 or 5 seed, that's kind of looking over them to that other team they could play next round. I think they could pull out an upset in March too. But I just want to see them make the tournament first. But first, they've got to get a top 5 seed, because if they get a top 5 seed, they only have to play 3 games. And you do not want to play 4. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Vegas Sports Talk, where I post these polls, and you guys decide on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys again real soon.